Okay, now that we've covered CV curves, I thought while we're on the topic of curves, we would cover EV curves. I think that's what they're called. Yes. EP curves, sorry. Now, this is pretty much the same, but they're a little different, and we're also going to cover lofting to make something else for your game. We create EP curves. Now, in this, I reckon, because this is in most games, you'll find bits of trash lying around, and one of those things is corrugated iron. So let's make a sheet of that. Using the grid roughly, I'm gonna plot out points. Now, the difference between this and CV curve is it doesn't round it as much, and it uses like the actual points where you click, other than like because the CV curve it takes a rounded estimation, I suppose, a rounded estimation, I suppose you'd call it, of the points that you click on. But this will actually pass through every point you click on. So that'll do, I reckon. Add one more. Okay, now like CV curves, just hit enter. It'll go green, that means we're done. We'll go back to our views and into our perspective view. Now we'll move this down a bit. Now we're going to be using the loft. So remember, stay on surfaces. Under surfaces, where we would have gone revolve, we're going to go to loft. But oh no, we have an error. Invalid selection. Need at least 2 curves. All we have to do is hit Command D. Move it down to the other side. Select them both. Surfaces. Loft. Now we have our corrugated iron. Now you could texture this in whatever program. You could just chuck it straight in your game if you aren't putting too much effort in it. But you'll notice that there's still blue lines here because we kept the EP curves but created a new object. That means if I want to go back and make a flatter one or something and then do that, I could. But there's another way we could make a flatter one. We could just hit R for scale and scale it down. Now we have a sheet of corrugated iron in Maya 2011. Easy done.